Hello beautiful people, hello truckers around the world. Welcome to my channel, welcome to another episode of our Truck Talks. On this episode we are going to be discussing the reasons why some truckers skip gears. Many people have asked me question over time, are they rookies? Are people who skip gear, are they rookies? Are they learner? Do they know the reason why they are skipping gears, or is it harmful on the truck? Something like that. So on today's episode I'm going to be breaking that down to you guys. So pay attention. Alright, before I do that, my name is Obule Godwin, aka Niger Trucker. All I do is trucking talks. Anything that concerns trucking, we talk about it on this channel. So let's dive in. When you want to skip gear as a truck driver, there must be a reason, and I think those people who skip gear, they are smart enough, they are learned, they are experienced to know why they are skipping gears. Because in most cases, many people don't skip gear and they end up damaging things. But if you have the initiative, you have reasons to skip gears, it means you know you have calculated your truck over time, because everything about trucking is calculation. So in this particular skipping of gear, we call it anticipation, to anticipate what is going to happen next. Because this truck, when they are in motion, there are patterns, there are momentum, all those gears need to be changed. So the reasons why some truckers skip gear is scientifically correct. Yeah, they are not wrong by doing that. In fact, they are protecting a lot, they are saving a lot, they are very well experienced. Somebody that skips gear in such situations are very, very correct. So in those situations, that is what I'm going to mention to you now. Like you are going down on a slope. Let's say you are going down on a slope, you know, you are rolling with 6, for example. Once you remove from that sixth gear, you will see that the truck will run faster than the power of number 7. So you are going to skip immediately to number 8. When you do that, you have anticipated for the next momentum, and that momentum should be number 8 or number 9. And when you allow it to roll further, you are going to go to number 9. When you allow it to roll more further, depending on how you calculate your calculation is, you are going to go on number 10. So all these things works with calculation. It doesn't wait for you, or nobody gives you order on what to do. It is your calculation that says, okay, this momentum now is no more gear 6, is no more gear 7. And if your speedometer works, you use your speedometer too. Anything more than 60 km per hour is no more gear 7, is no more gear 8. It should be gear 9, gear 10. So anything 60 km, any movement running 60 km per hour is no more gear 7, no more gear 6, no more gear 5, no more gear 8. So you start anticipating from 9, 10, 11. So that is how a smart trucker drives. And you can see that anybody that refuses to take this direction and try to force it to gear 7, you will see that the truck gearbox will be making noise. It's not going to take that. You will see a grinding sound like krrr, krrr. And if by peradventure you force the gear in, you will see that the truck is going to make a jerk sound. It's going to pause for a moment. And when you do such a thing, you are damaging a lot of things. You are going to damage your propeller, you are going to scatter the gearbox. So that is why you have to anticipate for the momentum you are driving, to know the type of gear you input, to know the kind of gear you engage. Don't drive like rookies. So number 2 is when you are going on uphill. Now, for example, you are going up on uphill. This is downshifting method. You know, let's assume you are moving with gear number 5, and you are driving, climbing the hill gently. All of a sudden, that gear number 5 could not take that hill no more. This thing is going to happen very fast. Once you remove it from gear number 5, don't think you are going to return it to gear number 4. As a smart trucker who understands the techniques of downshifting, goes directly from 5 to number 3. When you do this, the power of that truck is going to hold it together, and the momentum it is going to build will help you climb that hill without changing no gear again. But some people will be trying to shift it in alphabetic order, in numeric order. They don't want to skip gear so that people wouldn't call them rookie. No, you are trying to save your time, you are trying to save your mechanical cost. All of this is what you put in as an experienced truck driver to drive your truck safely. So let's assume you are driving on a hill now. You are driving on gear number 6, and you roll the truck to a point where it couldn't take it no more. What you are going to do for you to save your time climbing that hill is return it from number 6 down to 4. If you do this, the momentum the truck has built over time is going to help you climb that hill without you returning it to gear number 3 or gear number 2 no more. Do you understand that? But if you start returning it in numeric order, you return from 6 to 5, believe me, you are still going to return to 4. Believe me, you are still going to... At times, the gear will cease to a point you have to match brake and start afresh to gear number 1. And when you drive like this, you are a rookie. You don't know how to drive. And if by peradventure your truck starts rolling back, that is when you know the reason. So number 3 reason is, this one is mechanical fault reason. But you shouldn't try this at home. You shouldn't try it on your truck or trying to know if I'm saying the truth. You should only try this when your truck breaks down in a place where you could not find mechanic, and it may be a terrible place. You need to go to a nearest junction to fix it up. But before then, there are reasons you shouldn't allow this particular thing to happen to your truck. Because why some people skip gear is because their gearbox is opened. That surrounding boat has broken to a point that if they engage a back gear, that is, you know how we put gear, sometimes you go to the back, sometimes you go to the front. If you engage front gear, let's assume now you push your gear to front, right? So the front gears opens the gearbox too open to the point that your gearbox might fall off on the road. But if you keep engaging back gear brings the gearbox close. It brings it close. So that is some of the reason why they skip gear. But why I don't want you to fall into this particular reason is that you have to check your surrounding boat every day. Every day before you, that is part of the inspection you do. That is a part of pre-trip inspection. You have to check your surrounding boat to make sure that all of them are tightened. Because what happens, and some of the reasons why surrounding boats go broken, is because they are losing and you didn't tighten them and you start your journey. So all of them are going to break. And once they break, your gearbox might fall off on the road. So that is some of the reason. Maybe you made this mistake because some mistake can be made over time, I don't know, and some of them are inevitable. So if you make this mistake and your gearbox is shaking and it is not in a place where you can fix them up, use this particular reason. Don't engage your back gears. You can actually skip your gears. Always use the front one, the back one, sorry. If you use the back one closes the gearbox. It doesn't open it. But the back ones, the front ones opens the gearbox. The gap is going to make your gearbox to fall off. So this is the reason, and it is not normal. It is not commonly, because there are reasons you shouldn't allow your gearbox to open to a point of you anticipating to skip gears. So these 3 reasons, the 2 reasons are very genuine, but this particular third one, it's not common. You don't use it anyhow. You use it when you are stuck in a place where there is no mechanic, when you have made a terrible mistake. That is the only reason that you will skip gear in this third situation. So don't try it. And these are the 3 reasons that make people to skip gear, that you see them skipping gear, you think they are rookie, or you think they don't know what they are doing. They actually know what they are doing, and they are trying to save themselves from cost or accident. So thanks for watching our videos. Bye bye. Be safe out there.